Hey, hey, hey. Sorry I'm a bit late tonight. I'm a bit late, boys. I know. But, you know, we will recover. We will recover for sure. Where am I? I'm here. I'm here. Hello. Hello, Amir. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another development stream of Plane Shift, the game that was never finished. Well, actually, an MMO by definition never finishes, right? Because an MMO is a constant evolution adventure, a constant adventure that evolves, right? That evolves forever. And that is what it is for me, you know? Plane Shift is a constant evolving adventure. It is because, yes, during all these years, you know, we've changed technology, we have changed tools, we have changed methods, we have changed processes, we have changed a lot of people, and yeah, and so here I am to develop our game. Hello, Tony. Tony's always the first, eh? If there is a medal for being consistently first, Tony will win it. Like, hands down will win it. Easy. Hula, hello, Sean. Thank you, Sean. It's nice that you like me, to see me online. I like to be online as well. And I like to develop with you, you know, our game. So now we are at an important point, okay? Because we are close to the next alpha release. And we need to understand what we want in and what we want out, right? Basically, we have this stuff done, which is the stuff that we did for the new races, right? So this stuff is actually done. Incredibly enough, Paint can do this kind of cut. Yes, it can. So we did this, right? We did this. And now we still have missing the voiceovers that I'm pushing with the voice actor, which I hope he connects. Or anyway, I asked him if he can stream live the recording process. I think he should. I think he should. You thought it was Friday? No, Friday's tomorrow. I don't know if tomorrow I will be here or not, but it seems probably I will not be here because people are organizing themselves. I read in different messages on WhatsApp that they are ready to meet, and so probably I will not be here. So we need to understand where we want to take the compendium, and so I need you as well to discuss with me where do we want to go with the compendium, because at the moment it's kind of working, right? But it's working in a very simple way. So basically you go to a creature, so you find a creature and you basically click on the ability, and the ability gives you the knowledge, right? But I don't know if I really like it to be that immediate, right? That simple. I'm thinking what we can do, but I think the point is like, it's not like you are taming the creature. Taming, what is taming in French? Otherwise our friend Kula will not understand exactly. Apprivoiser? Really? Okay. This should be. I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me, but okay. If this is the translation, this is the translation. So it's not that you are taming the creature, but close, you know. So I would like you. I mean, I would like the player to study a bit the creature, you know, to study the creature a bit. So I was thinking. The problem is, should we have like an active ability? So like you should stay around the creature for a certain amount of time. Because, for example, let's imagine that creature is let's imagine that the creature is an aggressive creature, right? If it's an aggressive creature, you will not be able to stay around it too much, right? And so this may be a bit of a challenge, you know. So like to stay not in combat mode around the creature and study his movements. What do you think about it? What I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to have an animation or if I just want to have a kind of a counter, you know, a kind of a yeah, I think I would like to. The best will be that you are here and the creature is here, and we have a visual distance from the creature. I mean, we need a clear vision of the creature. And we need a certain distance from the creature. And we need it for a certain amount of time. Yes, exactly, Hula. Yes, then is the right word. Then is the right word. In English, it's taming. T-A-M-E, tame, to tame. Is a verb, to tame. Apprivoiser. Apprivoiser. Strange word. I never used it in French, obviously. So I think these are the 3 parameters. Do you agree with these parameters? Because I'm gonna do it, huh? I'm gonna do it. So I think we have distance, which we need to define how many meters. We have time. How many seconds? And we have visual range. I mean, clear vision. How we can say? Yeah, line of sight. Line of sight. We need line of sight, right? Now you can be in whatever position you want. You can be above the creature, below the creature. You can be standing on top of a horse. You can be on top of a horse. You can be... Well, and I would say that you must be alive and she must be alive, right? Right? Yeah, specific animation will be nice, but the annoying part of the specific animation is that if then you have to keep it, because yes, I was thinking something like an energy, you know, an energy spell, right? Exactly. You know, something like that. But the problem is that in reality is not this. So in reality is not that you are really, it's really that you are studying the creature. So you are looking. So it's more like if you are looking around, you know, and moving around and trying to be silent. So it's like scouting, you know. I don't know if scouting exists, but scouting animation. So it should be a, you know, you are scouting, you are looking for something, you are looking for an opening in the movement. So you're looking for, it's like when you are fighting. It's like if you are fighting, you know, in a melee kind of thing, and you are waiting an opening from the opponent, and this is how it should be in reality, right? But it should not be aggressive. But I don't think that I care too much about the animation. I don't think I care too much. I care more. I think I care more for a visual indicator, right? So I think we want a visual indicator. Line of sight clear. So we want a visual indicator on the UI. So a UI visual indicator that is telling you that this thing is progressing, right? And then you need that amount of time. And then if you turn your head, or if the creature runs away, or you lose the line of sight because maybe the creature is a small creature and is moving around, right? Then maybe the count doesn't fully restart from 0, but maybe, you know, it goes down quickly. You have to observe the creature do a particular animation. That seems to be a bit too much. I mean, in theory, if we added a creature, you know, having daily cycle, like eating, sleeping, fighting, whatever, you could observe, you know, the creature in all those moments. But it seems that this way we are making our life too hard, right? I think I'm making my life too hard if we decide to do that. I think it would be hard to develop because we don't have the other pieces, right? So we will have to first create the eating cycle, the sleeping cycle. I mean, we have some for some creature, but not all the creatures. So I think will Compendium be able to use the telepathic way of communicating what the creature is all about to the owner? So no, it's not. Is not about, the Compendium is not about creating a link with the creature. Is more learning about the creature and then just memorizing it. So the creature has I mean the player has a certain amount of knowledge, and that knowledge is hosted or located, or you know, in the creature in the player brain. Sorry, I'm thinking something else for a second. So in the player's brain, right? So the Compendium is just a way, it's like a journal, right? So it's just a way to store the player knowledge. Maybe he has 4 idols, and only idols if he hasn't seen you. Now the point is not if the creature has seen you, is if you have seen the creature. This is not a single player game, right? So the relationship goes from the player to the creature, not vice versa. Not vice versa. So So if I have this creature in front, by the way, I think I will remove the name on top of creature. It's so annoying. It's so annoying that they have a text in front. I think the text should be exactly like the one that you see now at the top. Look at the top of the screen. Yes, exactly like that one. So when you select a creature, I think it should do that. You should not do what it's doing now. It's so destructive for immersion to have a text there. I really hate it. I still don't exactly understand what you want. A way to slow down how the compendium work. Cool, I'm not sure if we want to resize the tiger animation. Ah yes, I want to resize the tiger animation. I always forget. No, it's not a way to slow down the compendium. It's a way to make an ability, you know, not just being a click, eh? Not just being a click. We want an ability to actually by the way, if you click it on a creature that you already have the knowledge of, it doesn't give you any feedback. So it doesn't tell you that you already learned about a creature. I think we should. Where is that? I think it's probably inside of this. I think it's probably inside of this one. Yeah, it's this item to send. I think we can have a boolean returning from this send compendium entry, and we can return false if no compendium entry has been added. So even if they are, we identify that that they are already there. Yeah, I think I will do that, so that we know if we have return if we sent anything. Notify caller if we sent anything. It is used. Okay, I think I will not explain why, but basically the problem is that I'm using the same variable. I'm using item to send. I think I need to create two variables then. So this will be creatures to send, and this will be and then here we will create another one which is plants to send. And and then here we will say if or, right? So we return true or false based in if we send something, right? And so this one will become a a boolean, and chart discovery manager, this one will become a boolean, and we can say send entries to the client, and then we can say returns true if we found some new entries to send, returns false. Let me do it the proper way. Returns false if no entries to send, meaning that they were already existing, right? They were already existing somehow. All already known. Okay, so I think we should do this change, and now thanks to this change we can detect in our in our user manager, right? So we may decide here to notify. Now the problem is that this one may be called by, no, this is handle ability, so we are in the right place. So it cannot be triggered by anything else, so I think it's good. So we can have a bool new entries, right? And we can say if new entries, then perhaps you need to see if all the info about the new entry in the compendium is the full knowledge, because you can learn more about it after. Yeah, there was also this idea, yes, of having you know, more pieces, right, of knowledge that you can learn about a creature. The problem is that at the present time we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, right? And they all have different reasoning. So one is coming from the book, some is coming from killing the creature and fighting with the creature, and one, the description and the picture is coming from observing it, right? From observing the creature. So I think if we split this one in multiple pieces, it will become too much to manage. I don't think we can do it. We don't have a team of hundreds of people, right? So I think in theory is a good idea, but in practice will make it so hard for us to create. Maybe we can use it, we can expand it in the future, right? Maybe we can expand it in the future, but not now. But not now, my friend, not now. Sorry. Okay. So if there are new entries, you are basically going to receive the message from the new Compendium edition. So you're going to see it already. The point is that if there are no new entries, right? So if there are no new entries, I think we want to return a message, right? And the message can be nothing new found on this target. Something like this. Right? Something as simple as that. Nothing new discovered. I don't know if you want to say all discovered, but I would say no. Nothing new to discover. Nothing new to discover on this target, which is basically the same. Eh? Basically, we are saying that you're not going to discover anything more, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay for now. At least we have the check. So now we need, do we agree to these criterias or not? Do we like these criterias, or do you think it would be bad or annoying or whatever? In theory, we could also make it parametric, right? We could have like the time in seconds to be based on the ability that you have. So the more empathy you have, because now, you know, your skill, for example, now I'm just above the, I'm just above this skill, right? So the skill requires 10 and I have 20. But in theory, I may have, I don't know, 200, right? In this particular skill. So if we want, we could make it, I mean, we could make the distance and the time based on your skill. So the higher the skill, the higher the distance that you can observe them, and the shorter the time. So I think this may be possible. May vary by skill rank. Why not? Maybe yes, maybe no. Perhaps just link it to some faction and give some reward at some point. So, well, factions... I don't know if it would work with factions though, because unless it's the merchant faction, but because faction, we don't have faction for creatures. We have factions for associations and guilds. So I don't know. I can think about it. I can think about it. So okay, so now how do we I think we need to prototype this. We will not be able to develop it inside PlaneShift, right? Unless we well, let's say that it's similar to a spell. So how do we want this to work? You click on the thing, you click on examine. You click on examine, and what happens? Like an eye icon appears on top of the creature. Like an eye icon appears on top of the creature, and I think we need to make a new project, boys. We need to make a new sample project where we test this idea and see how it looks. Do we want a new project? I think I want a new project. I think I want a new project. Are we gonna call it? We're gonna call it Examine Creature. Consider... Wait a second. Wait a second. It will work... I mean, the same thing works also for plants and minerals, huh, boys? So what do we do for plants and minerals? What do we do for plants and minerals? I think it should be slightly different. What did we say? Wait. Let me move this thing on the other side anyway, because I think it's a better place. There is no place though, but okay. Because this should be associated to this, but I have no place. Well, I can make some place. I can move the wall thing down and make some place at the top, right? And then I don't need too much. I think I need something like this. And then we need to move this of the talent up. If I make the background black, will be easier, huh? Please make it black. Took a bit, but it did it. This is also a good idea. I can put it there. Okay, so yes. Okay. So this will be for creatures. Now we need to split it though. So for so this will be applicable for creatures, right? Distance, time, line of sight, and visual indicator. Then only for creature we will have also the only for creatures. We will have also the creature that must be alive. I don't think we should study a creature that is dead, right? You should study it before is dead. So basically this one is, the last one is creatures only, okay? While all the others are applicable to all the three, right? To all three. Right? Okay. So this okay, very nice. Okay, let's make a new project. We'll take a bit. I mean, it's not immediate to make this thing, but I think we can work on it. So I need a new project. There is a bit of game design, boys, because designing a game is all about game design. I mean, you can program whatever you want, but you know, at the end, if the game is not fun, or the mechanic is not fun, or is not interesting, you know, there is no point. So that's really the tough part. So what is the mechanic? What are the formulas behind? And the big question, will it be fun or annoying to the player? Plugin Android Media failed to load because most Android media could not be found. Please ensure the plugin is properly installed. I don't need Android development at the moment. I just need the editor to start, if possible. What? It's not starting? It's not starting, huh? Why our editor is not starting? It is very strange. What is this? Plugin Android Media failed to load because Android Media Editor could not be found. Otherwise disabling the plugin for this project. I press on OK, but then he bails out. What the fuck? We tested 426, right? We didn't? I mean, we just launched our project. We never tested Unreal Editor by itself in 426. It sounds like some leftover of the previous installation or something. It's kind of strange, though. Maybe I missed to compile some pieces or what? But our project is starting fine, so I don't understand. I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. Why is failing? Preparing exiting. Message dialog closed. Result okay. Message text. Unable to load Android Media Editor. Zero instance of that module found. I don't know what is this. Where is it coming from? There are no results. Wow. There are no results of this error. Okay, let me see. Maybe I'm launching the engine with this bat file, which is probably an old bat file. No, we're just launching the EU editor, so I'm just going here and I'm launching Win64 EU editor. So basically that's what the bat file is doing. But it seems to be something new because ensure the plugin is properly installed, otherwise consider disabling the plugin for this project. What do you mean by this project? I don't have a project at the moment. Should we recompile something? I don't know. I mean, why? Did I install 426 in another directory or what? No, I didn't. 426 is here. 100%. It looks like if something has not been fully recompiled. Hey, it will take a bit of time to compile though. Okay, let me launch any other project because I want to see if there is a problem. Let me launch any other project. So like we can take an old one and try like the third person crosshair, right? Let me launch this one and see. The following modules are missing: Android Media Editor, Android Media Factory, Android Device Profile. Engine module cannot be compiled at runtime. Please be. So yes, he's complaining we are missing modules. But did we ever? So it basically says that we are. Oh, so let me just check something because now I'm going a bit. suspicious that I did something bad. Maybe I did something bad, boys. I don't know. No. So, yeah, it's 426 to release. I'm so surprised that is recompiling stuff. I mean, I didn't update it, I didn't change any files. And he's basically recompiling the engine. I decided to compile a real front end, right? But okay, let me stop in 1 second. Let me just try to compile. I stopped this compilation. Let me just try to compile EU4. So in theory, this one should not recompile. Should be already compiled, right? Because I didn't do any changes since the last time. There should be no differences in the... He's actually doing something. You see that he's taking a lot of time? He's actually doing something. I don't know what, but... Anti-malware is doing a lot of work, but... No, you see? This one is already built. This one is already built. So, where is the Android stuff? Android automation? I don't know. I can try to build this one. I have no idea where is this Android stuff. I don't need Android, but... Where is this Android thingy? Maybe it's inside, really is inside the front end. Or do you see Android anywhere? Automation, benchmark, blank, bootstrap, build agent, crash, the utility, git, headless, live coding, memory display, shader compiler, slate, test, use service, build tool, file server, front end. So order is a leftover in one of the configuration files that is pointing to a module that doesn't exist anymore. Or I'm super surprised. Right? Like for example, Unreal header tool. This one should be compiled already. Exactly. This one is compiled already. I don't know. We can compile all of them, but it seems to be a bit of a waste of time. We compiled Android automation. Let me see if now it starts. Maybe. I think it's a bug. I think it's a bug in 426 too. I think it's a leftover. They left over something that was not supposed to be there. Because I cannot believe that it's asking you as a mandatory plugin the Android plugin. Yeah, now it's starting, in fact. So it was just missing the automation. So basically, we had to compile this line, and now it's working. Okay, good to know. Good to know, boys. Good to know. So let's create a new project. And we will create a third-person project. Blueprint only. Yes. Ray tracing disable. Yes. See Unreal project. Yes. And we will call it examine creature, right? So here we are in a completely new free environment where we can do what we want. You know what? I think I'm gonna to eat an ice cream. Should I? Yeah, I think I am. Wait a second, I'm going to take an ice cream. Since I have it, why not? Ice cream time, yay! Ice cream time. Okay, so we need to develop. So the first thing that we need, is a creature, right? Now I don't want to spend time creating, creating a creature. So this will be our creature, okay? Now the creature can move if you want, but at the moment it's not important because anyway, in plane shift it will move, and so this is our creature. And we will put whatever. Ah, yes, I need to place at least a box or something. Static mesh. Let me see which static. Do we have any static mesh that is not a primitive? I think no. What is this? Wow. Interesting. Okay, our creature will be this. It's super small though. It's super small, it's too small. I will scale it up 5 times. Okay. There is our creature. I don't know what it is. It is a pad. It's kind of a virtual pad. Yeah. This will be our creature. So when we press a key, right? When you press a key, let's say the key is E. When we press E, right? No, actually, when it's released, when the E is released, because I mean, I think if you hold it, I don't want you to hold that thing. I just wanted to enable it, right? So when you press E, what happens? When you press E, I need a UI to be displayed on top of the creature. So actually I need a new, now in plane shift, how we will do it? We will have a real UI on top. I think it should be similar the way we do the text. I think we already have a component. We have a component. I think we already have a component probably for that. I don't think we are creating it on the fly. I think it's there from the beginning. Yeah, I also need to do ALS fixes. One day we will do that as well. Let me just check if we have. I think we do. I think we do have. I think we have a component here. Speech bubble, interact message, character name text. Yes, you see, we have. We basically have a component on top. Widget. Widget class, speech bubble, space screen. Yes, exactly like this. So this one, oops, what did I do? So this one we will call it ability icon, which by the way I think can be useful also for other stuff, but we'll call it ability icon. Will be placed on top of the creature. And it will have space screen, like we said, yes. So we'll always be facing the player, right? And it will not be visible by default, but for now let's put it visible so that we can see it, okay? And then we will create a new widget, which we will call it ability icon. And for now let's just put some text, but in reality will not be text. Will be desired. And this one will say test, right? But obviously this is not what we want. It's not there. Because I didn't associate it. So the widget, where is it? Widget class. I couldn't see it, I don't know why. Ability icon. No idea why it's there. I think it's there because the anchoring system. Oh my god, this thing is always making me crazy. Yes. Better. Okay, so we have our thingy floating there. Now I want an eye icon. free icons. Research material icon. Eye. It is really bad. No. Free icons. Our free test pack include 100 icons in 3 styles. Can I see them? 31,000 icons. Holy shit, 31,000 icons. Oh my god, but these are to pay. To pay for. There are 100 free, and then all the rest you have to pay. Thousands of free icons. Okay. No, eye, sorry. One eye. I need one eye. Wow, this one, boys. This one is insane. No, but this one is not what we need. We need an eye icon, which is what do we take? This one? This one is not bad. Is it really free? What is the license? What is the license of this thing? Download. Can I know the license or what? User interface. Free for personal use. Free for personal use. Not a personal use. What do you mean free by personal use? Let me see the other categories. Like this one. CC. Yeah, we need like a CC. Yes. Free for personal use is not enough for us. We need a CC attribution. Okay. The attribution is a bit annoying, but basically we need to mention the name of this guy. Right? Free for commercial use. Wow. It is very nice. Okay, so this one basically has 0 problem. So we can download this one. Maybe we can tweak it a bit. Thank you for downloading. Let's put it under, I don't know. Do we have a UI icons? Let's call it Vision View icon. Okay. Wow. It's even too much. I think I will need GIMP very, very soon. Right now. We put it under 2D UI. And then we called it View icon. Ah. Boom. Boom. I don't know why they did this thing. Why they did these 2 white thingies. I have no idea. But I think we can easily fix it because there is a perfectly, you know, symmetrical thing. So I think we can just cut it and duplicate it on the other side and we'll be fine probably. I assume at least. Can I move it? Oh, fuck. The default is always to move the selection. It's so stupid. The default is always to move the selection, not to move the layer. It's another one of those defaults that are a bit crazy, you know? Okay. Pain. Pain. No, finding a spot is not that easy, but I think I found it. Okay, so there is an eye. Now, I don't think I like... Do you like these things at the top? I don't think I like them too much. But... Also, I think the eye is too big, but... I mean, meaning... Can we... What? Ah. Yes, because... Okay. No, wait. Wait a sec. Wait a second. Do we want it blue or do we want it... I know it's not the most... What? What happened? What? Why? What? Ah. What the fuck? What? Okay. No, I was thinking if we should delete those things, and I don't know if I like them, but also I think they make the sense of the eye. I mean, they make the eye look like an eye. I'm thinking, so maybe we can keep them. It's just the colors that are a bit weird. Can we have a color which is... Which color we want? Should we keep this color? Okay, let's keep this color for now. So we will use this one, okay. I will save it as icon 2. And this icon 2, we are gonna import it in our Unreal thingy. Thank you. And this Unreal thingy will go into our thing. So it will be an image which would be as big as this thing. Well, actually it would be size to content, I guess. Wow. That's pretty big. Holy shit. Ah, it scales based on really? Because I did screen, huh? If I do world, the problem of world is that it will be no, the problem of world is that it will be always facing a certain direction. So I think screen is good, but the sides is the problem. Draw sides. Draw at desired side. To automatically match the desired sides. Let me try like this, but I mean, we would like this thing not to scale. I don't know why it's scaling. Why is scaling? Space screen, widget class ability icon, draw sides 500 by 500, manually redraw time, draw desired sides, pivot, geometry plane, tick mode enabled. It was not doing it for the text, right? The text was not getting bigger, I guess. Let me try to do it like this without the sides to content. I know the text is becoming bigger as well. The text is becoming bigger as well. So probably we don't have an easy way to prevent that, huh? We don't have an easy way to prevent that. I never understood why you're trying to put it at the bottom, why you cannot, but okay, I think that did it, kind of did it now. Yeah, it looks a bit weird because if you go far away, it becomes very, very big, but I think it's okay. So it's basically the size is always staying the same, and it's always staying in front of you. I have a question. When you implemented the PlaneShift database into Unreal, did you have to use a plugin or did you program it yourself how to connect to the database? We have a class for that, which is a SQL wrapper, which is going through the MariaDB connector. So I have a class under I think utils, yes, which is this one SQL wrapper. This class, which is basically a wrapper around the MariaDB connector. This class provides easy access to the underlying C SQL connector. So yes, we developed a bit because the way we do the query is slightly different, and also the way we manage the errors is slightly different than the default connector. But the default connector is already doing a lot. So, for example, the query command is then calling the underlying, is just checking the connection exists, and then it's just calling the MySQL, right? It's calling MySQL thread init, MySQL queries and MySQL thread end. So it's not doing much at the end. It's just a wrapper because we need the results returned in a specific class. And also we need to log, you know, something like in this case, we want to bail out or request exit from the engine. So that's the reason why we created our own function. But the default MariaDB connector is good enough. The connector, if you want to search the connector, you go on PSWiki, you search PSWiki on Google and you will find it. And under programming, you have under Windows, and if you search, yeah, here is the MariaDB connector, right? You need to install MariaDB connector. So basically, this is the connector. This is the connector that we used, and then we just create a wrapper around it, right? And it's not too hard to do. It's fairly easy to get access to the database with that connector. Okay, so now basically I want that thing to appear only when I'm activating my ability. Also, do we want to have a kind of a progress bar? Do we want to have a kind of a progress bar? Maybe the progress bar can be the eye itself. Should we make the eye open? That would be very nice. Should we make the eye like if we take this thing and we scale it with a kind of an animation? Can we do it? Can we scale? Let me try. Let me try to add a new event. Scale icon. So we take our ability icon. I don't know exactly what we can do with this, but this we know that is a widget, right? And I don't know if we can scale it. Set absolute scale. We can try. I don't know what it will do, but no. So it doesn't know. I need to put in a value though. Set world scale 3D. I don't know because it's a widget, you know, and so I don't know if this will. But let's try. Let's try a 0.5 and I don't know. No, the opposite. Let's try a 3. Let's try a 1 and 0.2. Let's try a 1 and 0.2. And scale icon is on the creature. So as soon as I press E, I would like to get all actors of class. I mean, now obviously we are doing it a bit in a stupid way. Now in our game we will do it differently, but this is just as a test, right? So we get the number 0, and from the number 0, we want to get ability icon. Can I access? Yes, I can. And on this one we call scale scale icon. How did I call that thingy? Scale icon. Is it accessible, or I mean, it's an event, so it should be. Why I don't see it? Stupid me. It's on the creature. It's on the creature. It's not on the widget. Okay. So we call scale icon. Let's see what happens when I press E. So I go here. I press E. Nothing happens. GG. Okay, nothing happens. Strange. Set the relative scale of the component and put in the supply scaling workspace. I think because that is probably... Let me see if I can get the draw sides. Draw sides. Maybe it is better. Let me try to get the draw sides and set it to 120. So if I press E. It seems that he's staying at the same sides no matter what. Strange though, huh? Yes, it doesn't give. Can I go? I think I can go to image Z. Let me say image icon, and let me try to change it from here. Get image. No, I cannot get image icon. Ability icon. Maybe I need to do something like get widget. I mean, it's already a widget though, but anyway. Oh. Cast to ability. The music is too low, huh? Shadow. Poor Maria, another Spanish Latino girl who worked night and day, 360 by the year, the shadow. Maria DB. I don't know why they call it Maria DB, but they did. I have no idea. So we need to get ability icon, and then here I need to get image icon, right? So finally I'm on the icon, and now I want to see if I can change the draw sides. No, what is it? I want to see if I can change the image sides. I want to see if I can change the image size, because this is an image object. Set image. Set image. No, set sides. Set sides. Set brush sides. Yes. Let me try 120. So in theory it should become smaller when I press E. Ah, okay. Yeah, it looks a bit like shit because it's staying at the top. I mean, it's scaling in the opposite way, but should we make an animation and play the animation? I'm just thinking the best way to do this thing that is like popping up, right? So or we do it with a layer on top, or we do it with this thing scaling. The problem is that this thing scales the opposite way, so scales from the bottom to the top somehow. So if I go 20, you see what happens, right? That happens, which is pretty bad. It may be a problem of the anchor, But anyway, this is probably not the best. It is still probably not the best way to do it. Maybe a better way to do it can be... to have an animation and then play the animation. The problem of playing the animation is that then I will have to control... let me try, but it will not be very easy. So I can have a transform for scale, right? And I can have, yes, 0 there. I can have 0 and 0. And then I can have, after 4 seconds, I can have 1 and 1. So this will basically, wait. The X should always be 1. Okay. Yeah, so he opens... Yeah, if it opens up like this from the middle anyway, I think it's okay. Now, the problem will be... the problem is, how do we drive this animation? Because I can call this animation, okay? Calling the animation is kind of easy. The problem is not calling the animation. The problem is driving the animation the way we want. Because I can play it, I can play the animation easy. Assuming that, assuming that the initial state I don't know what is the initial state. Initial state is that. Yeah, you see the animation. I don't know if I like it though, but this would be one way. I don't know why the initial scale. Do we have an initial scale? 0.2. Yeah, but why is not the initial state though? But okay, I can do it on the widget at the beginning. I can initialize it in the construct. I can set the scale of that thing to be 0.2 something. Right? So it stays small. I mean, it will actually appear like this, right? And then it goes up, right? And then it goes up, and then in theory it disappears. Maybe it can become red, I don't know, and then disappear. Or become golden and disappear. Okay, something like that. Now we can play a bit with that. The problem will be that we need that thing to be a percentage. So I will have to set render scale. Maybe it's better to so this will be my percentage, right? From 0 to 1. Maybe it's better to do it without the anime so we can control. The problem is we need to have a timeline. And we need to be able to block that timeline. Okay. So whenever I press E, whenever I press E, I need to line trace from I need to line trace from the front of my character. I need to line trace from the front of my character. Should I just do it with the vision sense, you know? Because actually the character has, at least in plane shift, it does. We have a perception source, and we have a pawn sensing. So actually, or we access this. This could also be a way, yeah? This could also be a way. Probably is the best way. But he has to do it only when the ability is active, right? So what we are doing here, we are adding a pawn sensing, which is basically the ability for the player to see and to hear. And we will remove ear noises, and only sense players, no. Enable sensing updates, see pawns. If you're seeing only pawns is a problem. We need to see we need to see actors. I mean, we can make our creature a pawn, but what is the chain of command there? What is the chain of pawn, Unreal Engine, pawn class? Pawn is below actor for sure. Yeah, pawn is below actor and is above character. Okay, so in theory, our creature is automatically a pawn. But we will use this also for items. We will use this also for items. So it works for the creature, but doesn't work for the items. Well, in our case anyway, you will have to target the creature. There is no way. You will have to target, in plane shift, you will have to target the creature or the item. So the item will be actually be highlighted. Now here we cannot do it, but the item will be highlighted. And so the only thing that we need to see is if my position I mean the dot product of my position with the vector look at, I guess. Or maybe there is already a function in Unreal which is checking if I'm looking at something. Right? Is there because I remember there is a look at rotation. No. No, but sorry, I think I need to take just the. I just need to take the forward vector and. And the look at and the. I think I just need to take the forward vector, no? Right? Okay. So I get the forward vector of my actor. No, wait. What? Get actor forward vector, exactly. I get this forward vector, so I know where the character is looking at. And then I take the and then I take the vector between me, between my position, get actor location, and the target, right? So between, so these are the two positions. So the only problem is the direction. The only problem is the direction. Between because if I do one minus the other, isn't there a get look at vector? Get look at, no. Get get point distance to get what I want to say that I want the vector that starts from me and goes to him, right? That is the vector that I need. If I do him minus me, I don't know what this is doing. So if I do him minus me, I get a vector for sure, which is the distance. Now, is it pointing to... Ah. Find look at rotation, but find look at rotation is the one that we've seen before, no? Ah, start at exactly. Exactly. So it starts with me. So from me to him. Okay. And this is the vector pointing in that direction. And now what I want to do, I want to do the dot product, right? Between these two vectors. It's not dot. I want to see. Yeah, I need a dot product. Why there is no dot product? Ah, yes, there is. Because the find look at rotation is finding a rotation. Okay, well, let's make a vector from rotation. Find look at rotation. Because this one is returning a rotator. Is returning a rotator. And the rotator, or we make a, or we do this, and then we make the dot product of this, and we check if is right, and the dot product is returning, or is returning? It's returning 1 if it's pointing in the same direction or something like that. Dot product is returning. Come on, I should know this, huh? I know. Please. Holy shit. Come on, just give me the freaking value. Is 0 if it's pointing in the same direction, and is 1 if it's pointing at the opposite direction, I think, huh? I don't know, this is too complex, but I think it's returning 0 if it's exactly the same direction. I don't know, we can print it out and see, but I think that's it. That is the thing. So is 0. So we don't want to scale the icon anymore. We want to call this. Okay, let me see what value we get. So if I'm looking at him, I get 0.99. So basically 1. If I'm doing this, is minus 0.99. Okay, so is positive 1, negative 1. But it seems that it worked. I'm impressed. 0.07, 0.1. Okay, let me see if it works also on this side, because that's the problem, right? Wow, it's working. Wow. Okay, so the blueprint is correct. So basically, if we want to have, but wait a second. Yeah, it's working. It's working perfectly. It's really getting a forward vector. So, so it is correct. Incredibly enough, that is correct, and so this means that we can then we just need to find out. We just need to decide how wide should be the angle, right? How wide should be the angle for vision. I think for now let's do 180 degrees. Maybe it's too much, but 1 minus 1. everything that is, let's say, everything that is positive above 0.2, something like that. Let me see. 0.94. 0. No, wait. Above 0.6. Yeah, it should be above 0.6, I think. Above 0.6. So everything above 0.6 is good, okay? So we branch this. So we branch and we say if this value is greater than or equal to 0.6, right? Then we, okay, so now this thing should be called regularly, right? For now I will do it by pressing E multiple times, but then we will do it differently. So so if this thing is greater than 0.6, then what we do, then we want to increment scale icon. I think we need to create two functions, scale icon up and scale icon down. Scale icon up, and we need to create another function which is scale icon down. And now we need to save a variable which is here we are not inside a widget, here we are inside a creature. I think it's better to put the variable inside a widget, right? I think it's a better idea. So this will be current scale and will be a float, and current scale will be initialized to 0.2 at the beginning. Right? And okay. And then whenever I'm doing this, no, the animation, we will not use it anymore. I need to take the current scale, get current scale. Okay. And we will increment it by, I don't know, 0.1. Okay. So this will be scale up, and scale down will be pretty much identical. Will be pretty much identical, with the difference that this will be a minus. Now we cannot go below 0, so I think we should. So if the resulting scale x is greater than 1, is equal or greater than 1, then we stop, right? So here means that we reach the maximum. So we say maximum reached. So basically the eye is fully open, and if this value is less or equal to 0.2, then we say minimum value reached. Minimum reached. By the way, we should do it before setting the scale, because if we are No, wait a second. No, this logic is stupid. Sorry, I did it wrong. No. Wait. I did it. Sorry, I did it wrong. It must be if it's greater than 1. If it's greater than 1, we do maximum reached, and we don't do it, right? Yeah, sorry, I fucked up. If it's false, we do it. Right? So if it's greater than 0, we don't do anything. If it's less than 1, so if it's greater than 1, if it's less than 1, we apply the scale. So same here. We should do if the result is less than 0.2. Right? We say minimum reached, otherwise we apply it. Okay. Okay, this is better. This is definitely better. This is definitely better, boys. Okay. So, so now I just need to so basically now if I'm looking at him, right? If I'm looking at him, I will scale the icon up. If I'm not looking at him, I will scale the icon down. So that's the whole point of this thing. Scale icon down. Okay. Now this is still a bit manual because I'm basically pressing E every time. Okay. So if I'm looking in this direction, I press E, nothing should happen. Minimum reached, right? If I'm looking like this and I press E, you see that thing is going up. Why it does it only once? Interesting. Because we are not setting the scale. Okay, so after we do this, we need to set the scale, obviously. We need to set the default scale. I really don't know if this set icon up should really go in the creature or should directly go inside the ability icon. I think it's probably a better place, not in the creature. I don't know why I did it in the creature. Is there any reason I'm doing it in the creature? No, there is no reason. Just because it's stupid design. So I think we will put it here. No. No. Wait. No, don't do this. No. Let me delete this stuff. Control X. Control V. Very nice. Okay, so we will do it here. So ability icon. So here we are already in the widget, right? So so this is the creature, eh? Wait, I made my life a bit harder, but in reality is better, okay? So I just need to get ability icon. Yes, exactly. It looks like I made my life harder, but in reality, not. Okay. I think this is cleaner because it's inside a widget and the widget is scaling in itself and is much better. So the widget will scale itself and not the creature scaling the widget, right? Which was a bit of a weird idea. Was a bit of a weird idea. So here it should be simpler. Now the current scale is directly a variable here. So yeah. So I think this is a better design. There is definitely a better design. Image icon, current scale, take all of this, move it here. Okay. So in theory you should do exactly the same thing that we was doing before, but now from the... Okay. So now we are at the same point we were before, we just need to set the scale. So now we can set the scale inside a widget, which is a more reasonable thing to do. So if we change the scale, we set the new scale to be equal to this. Right? Okay. Okay, so now we will okay, we will then need a way to do it dynamic, but new editor. Okay. So if I'm looking in this direction and I press E, minimum reached, you see, is not doing anything. If I look like this, the icon is going up until you know. So so the idea is that then it's doing it automatically, not with me pressing E, right? Okay. Okay, I think it's good. I think it's good. It's exactly what I wanted to do. Now it should do it automatically, and it should take way more time. We need a way to do it automatically. So instead of pressing E, I think that E will just start a timer which will continuously call a function every X amount of seconds, right? So we will have something like look at creature, or examine, yeah, examine creature. An examine creature will take no, will be called by, will basically do this. Right, then in plane shift will be slightly different, but by the way, boys, if anyone is new to the stream, it would be nice if you can click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. That would be nice. It doesn't cost you anything and is helping us. So here I start a timer by event or whatever it is, right? And this will be my event, and the timer will go, let's say every second. This is the way for me to time. No, because if I time it, wait, if I put 1, you will have to catch the exact timing. Yeah, that's probably the best approximation, because the other way to do it is to ensure that you are still looking at the creature after a certain amount of time, but I think it's kind of annoying. I think we can do this, and so every second is going to call this. In theory until the maximum is reached, but for now, since we are in testing mode, so now I'm pressing E, we should see minimum reached, yes, exactly. Minimum reached, so at the moment I'm not looking at it, but now I am, and so you see that it's growing. Now if I look the other direction, it's shrinking again. Now we need to find a, maybe we need a better, and here maximum reach, right? But yes, that's basically the idea. That's basically the idea, you know? So to have a way to examine the creature. So imagine that the creature is moving, imagine that you are moving, and now there is a, what we didn't check is the distance. At the moment I can be at any distance and it's still working. Also, I'm not checking if I can actually see the creature. You see? So if I don't see the creature, that thing is still growing. Okay. So at the moment of the various check that we decided, because we decided a number of checks, right? We decided time. Basically we only have the time at the moment, and we have the visual indicator, right? But we don't have the line of sight and we don't have the distance. Okay, so we need to put those in. So let me do this. Let's box all of that, and this one will be called check for look at rotation, right? So am I looking at the creature? Am I looking at the creature? It is the check. Then we need, I think we can do the check for distance before, because the check for distance is lighter, you know? And so it's better to do it before, for performance reasons. So I think we can do, we can have these two get actor locations here, and we can do one minus the other, and then get the length, and get length, what? Get length, get sides, vector side, get what? Vector length, yes. Okay, so if this one is greater than, I don't know what, we need to, no, sorry, if it's less than, for now let's say 5 meters, okay, and then we will decide a value. So if it's we will print out too far. If we are in distance, we go to the next check, okay? So this check is am I at the right distance? Which at the moment is 5 meters. And we can change it later on. Okay. Ba-ba-da-bam. Okay, so let's see if this check works. So as soon as I'm pressing E, okay, you see it's saying too far. It's saying too far, too far, too far, too far. If I go a bit closer, it starts to work. And if I go far again, it stops, right? Now the point is that if I am too far, it should anyway scale down, right? So if I'm too far, we should be scaling down anyway. So this piece, we need it at the beginning actually. Wait, this piece, because will be reused plenty of times. So this piece we need it here, so that we extract anyway the ability icon, because then the ability icon we are going to use. I think I will do a route and loop. Right? And this one is not needed anymore. Probably not. Are the new players see the big eye? No. Basically, the way it will work in PlaneShift is that first you need to learn the ability, okay? And so you get the skill, for example, empathy. So you boost your empathy skill, and you get the new ability, which is examine creatures, right? Then only when you target a creature and you activate the examine creature, this will happen. Okay, so it's only the result of using an ability. If you don't use an ability, nothing will happen. You will never see this. And if you don't have the ability, you cannot. So what I want to do is that if you are too far, actually we should scale down, right? If you are too far, we scale down. Okay. So now we are probably... So now I'm activating the ability. Yeah, no, I understand your point. So before activating the ability, that widget should be invisible. Okay, so I didn't do it now, but I can do it. So basically, this widget by default should be visibility off, right? And only when I activate the ability, I should get for my target, right? Set visibility visible, right? And then I start the timer. Yeah, that's correct. So we will do it only. Now I did it this way because it was just an example, but I think it's good to make the example as close as possible, right? So now you see the creature has no icon, no nothing, right? So this is a normal player that goes around. He doesn't see anything. But then he learns the ability to study a creature, and then he activates the ability, right? And it didn't work. I don't know why. It didn't appear actually. Ability icon. No, because I think I need to make visible the component. Okay. I need to make visible the component. So actually, it's not this, but it's this. Exactly. So for now it doesn't exist. Okay. And now you see start to grow. If you look at it, if you look the other direction, it goes down, right? So you will have to study by looking at it, right? Now the creature can move. Now if you are too far, like if you are here and you activate the ability, nothing will happen because you are too far to scout it. I need to go a bit closer to the creature. In this case, it's quite close, eh? Okay, and now we start to grow because we said 5 meters. Okay, so in this case, you need to be pretty close. If you go far, it goes down again, right? And we can make it a bit smoother. Okay, so now it's not very smooth, but we can make it smoother. Okay, sorry, I got distracted by a message. Okay, now we did distance. So at least in the prototype, right? At least in the prototype, we did distance. We did the visual indicator. And we did a bit of the time, and we did the line of the, and we did the. Well, actually, there is another one that is the rotation. There is another one here. Because we did a rotation. So you need to be looking in the in the right direction. Look at creature. Right? So we did this one. We did this one. The time we really didn't. We did a bit of it, but I don't think we can flag it yet. Now we need to do the line of sight. But in Planeshield, if you are too much near to a creature and you player, you are usually dead. No, not all creatures are attack on sight. And anyway, we can decide the distance, you know? We can decide how far you need to be to study a creature. Now I placed 5 meters, but I can change it to 10 meters, 15 meters, whatever. We can decide a good... and again, and like we said, the distance may vary by the skill, right? You see, this may vary by skill. So if your skill is higher, maybe you will be able to examine creature from a farther distance. Right? Why not? Why not? Okay, so now I need to do the line of sight. Now the line of sight is not that easy, because the line of sight should probably be the last of the checks, because the line of sight needs to do a line trace, and the line trace is probably the one that is most expensive compared to these other checks, which are very, very, very simple. It's very simple mathematics. So the other checks is like nearly instant, I would say. So we need to do a okay, for the line trace. For the line trace, I think we can trace from the character. The best will be to trace from the character head, right? Just to explain you the problem. Right? I take a screenshot of that. So do we want to line trace from here, or do we want to line trace from the middle of the character? Because the problem, for example, in this case, is that if I trace from the middle of the character, the stair will be blocking the view, right? I think it should be from the head. I think it should be from the head. It will be more realistic. So you will be able to study a creature from behind the wall or something, right? Now, how do I do it? How do I do it from the eyes? I think in plane shift we have the camera position for the eyes position. So I think that we can. I think we have this value. I think we have this value in plane shift at least. Now here in the demo we don't have that value, I guess, but we can hard code it. So I want to basically line trace by. I want to line trace for objects, right? I want to line trace for objects, and I want to line trace for objects. And what? So the end is easy. The end is just the position of the creature. So is this. So this is fairly easy. The start is a bit harder. The start, I think we can take the actor location. I don't know if the actor location is automatically in the middle. Yeah, I think it's in the middle because in the middle of the capsule. So if I take the actor location, if I take the actor location, I will have to increase it by a bit on the Y. But for now, let's not do it in the demo, okay? In the demo we leave it like this. So now we want to see if, so basically this check is checking if we have line of sight, okay? This one is checking, so check, do we have line of sight, right? Line of sight reminds me of Warhammer miniature games, when we were searching the line of sight to see if you could shoot. I've been playing Warhammer miniature games for quite some time. My house is invaded by Warhammer miniatures. Okay. So check if we have a line of sight. Now, ignore self for sure. Trace complex, we don't care. Object types, I think we need to specify, otherwise it's giving an error, yes. So, make array. So object type in our case will be pawn, okay? So we will be checking for pawns only, I'd say. And now in the hit, which I think we can break here directly. Wow, that's a big structure. We only need to have the hit actor, right? And we need to check if this actor is equal to the original actor, because actually we only want to hit this guy. We don't want to hit anyone else, right? Only the one selected. We want to hit only the one selected. So okay, so maybe in the scene I will add another creature, right? And just to be sure that on the other creature it doesn't work, right? Even if now the indicator will be only on one, but okay, we will see. So this one I need to branch. And so if it's the same creature and we actually got a hit, then we can scale up. If we didn't hit anything, or if the creature is not, you know, the right one, then we scale down. Okay, so now in theory, if I'm here and I'm looking, but now I'm too far though. Let me increase the range, otherwise it will never work. Let's make the range maybe 15 meters. maybe 15 meters. Maybe 15 meters. I'm at the right distance. Let's do 15 meters, okay? Let me see. Minimum reached. It seems that we don't have a line of sight. Too far. Okay, let's print something here as well. I think that this check is failing at the moment. Not looking at creature. And why? And do we have a line of sight? So here we will say no line of sight. Okay, so we get, I think we have an issue here. No line of sight. Okay, let's see what is printed out. Okay, I press E. And it's saying not looking at creature. Right? If I look this, it's saying no line of sight. So for some reason this trace is not this trace is not hitting the creature. This is very strange. We can debug it, I think. We can show the line. Okay, we can show the line of the line trace. So if I look at the creature, yeah, you see? It's not, so the line is correct, but it's not blocking. I think that creature is not blocking the... why though? That creature is not blocking. Why? Is not. So basically what is happening is that, yes, I'm doing the line trace, but I get an empty actor because I'm not getting a blocking hit. And I'm not getting a blocking hit. Because my creature is an actor and is not a pawn. That's why. Can I derive it from pawn without crashing everything? I will try. And see what happens. I did it. I did it. Fuck. He's still not blocking the hit. He's still not blocking the hit. Okay, let's go check. Let's go check this creature object and see in the collision what we have. Should I do it on the specific object or should I do it? Because collision is just saying generate overlap events is actually disabled at the moment, but use overlap method, default overlap, prevalent level bounds. I think should be the static mesh which is colliding, right? The static mesh. The static mesh is saying generate overlap event, collision preset, block all dynamic. So in theory, I should not even go through this thing, right? So yeah, this thing is blocking me. I don't know why it's not blocking the line trace though. If he's block all, right? Why is not blocking? If he's block all, this is a bit strange, eh? If he's blocking, if he's block all dynamic, war dynamic object that blocks all actors by default. Let's say block all. Let's say block all instead of block all dynamic. Why he went to the other guy, by the way? Why now he went on this one? Okay, let me delete the second one second, because I don't know if this is messing up with our example. I don't get the blocking channel. No line of sight, so we are not getting a block on this guy. We are not getting a block on this guy. It's kind of strange. Object type. I can try trace complex. Maybe that one doesn't have a... Let's try trace complex. I don't know. It's not giving a shit, if I can say. It's not blocking at all. It's not blocking at all. So I'm ignoring myself, right? I'm tracing complex. The line is correct. Let me just try 1 second to test word static, okay, as well. So I just want to see that line getting blocked by the stair, for example. Yes, you see. So the word static works. Is the pawn that doesn't work. I don't know if because if I what? Now we did it. From this direction it does. You see that now from this direction it does it? That's very strange. Now it does it. Is this object considered word dynamic? I mean, is this object considered word static for whatever reason? Object type word static. Ah, yes, it is. Why? This object should be considered pawn. Okay, this was the mistake. Okay, so basically the object was set as a world piece and not as an actor, as not as a pawn. So that's why it was not, our check was not working. Okay, so now I can remove this one. And I think I also want to remove trace complex because I want to trace on the bounding box. I don't want to trace on the okay, now it works. Now it works. So you see that the eye is becoming bigger. Now if I don't look at it, it's becoming smaller. And also if I'm trying to look at it, but oops. So I need war dynamic here to, I need war static. I need pawn, war static, and war dynamic. So basically I need anything, you know, anything can stop it. So anything can stop the line of sight. Yes, anything can stop the line of sight. Yes, correct. So if I'm here, you see that the eye will not grow because I'm behind this thing. Okay, the line will not grow. But if I go here, the eye will grow. So I have to be, and then we will start from the head, okay? At the moment we are starting from the middle of the body, but we will start from the head. Now we can make it instead of every second, we can make it every, I don't know, 200 milliseconds. And we can have the problem is we'll be deciding the duration. But I think it works pretty well. It's exactly what I wanted. Now, when he reaches the maximum, he should trigger an effect. Okay, so he should say, he should trigger a compendium entry, right? He should trigger the fact that we, okay. But basically it works. This is exactly what I wanted to have. Now we can change the icon, but so this is very good. So we basically have the line of sight, we have the distance, we have the look at, we have the visual indicator. We are only missing to decide the time. How do we want the time to be? And then in plane shift, obviously we cannot do it here. We will check if you are alive and if the creature is alive, right? But this we need to do it in plane shift. And then we will do the same for plants and minerals. But pretty much, I think this blueprint is good. Now, I can change it to C++ if we want. This part will be different, obviously. This part is it will be different in plane shift because it's basically get target, right? And at the moment, let me see 1 second if we have two targets. If we have two targets, what happens? At the moment, we are always taking the 0, 1. Okay. So now, if I line trace. If I line trace through this one, you see that the eye is not getting bigger because it's saying no line of sight. So he's correctly, while here he's doing it. Okay. Okay. So it already works with multiple objects, and the first one is the one targeted. Okay. Okay. I think that's all for tonight. It's pretty good. I think we did what we wanted to do. So to expand a bit the compendium, we just did it on a prototype. Now the next stream, I will take this prototype and I will move it into plane shift. Now maybe we can change a bit the icon, make it better, I don't know, but I mean, it's not too bad. It's just a bit too strong, I think if we, maybe we could make it more transparent, but I mean, it's minor changes. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and have a good night. Tomorrow, most probably, I will not be here. So we will see each other on Saturday. And then Sunday. I'm trying to push a lot in the weekend, as you know. So Saturday will probably be a 7 or 8 hour stream. And on Sunday, 4 or 5 hours, depending on my motivation. But I think if we complete this, we can release the client. We can release the new alpha. I think if we put this one in the client on Saturday, maybe Sunday we can release. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. And also, if you want to help us a bit more, you can go in our Patreon, which is patreon.com/planeshift, where you can join the other 45 people that are supporting us, and you can get access to the alpha, a bit of perks on Discord, and you can also get to see some pictures that I post sometimes, some videos, and some news. And you can also go in the credits of the game thanks to that. Okay? See you, boys. Good night. We can do this. We can. Good night.